Hey guys, welcome to the video. Thanks for joining today. Today I wanted to talk about my favorite water bottles uh, for hydration. The majority of people seem to be going to the soft flasks these days, and there's nothing wrong with those. I just have got kind of old school and I don't prefer them. To me, they're kind of harder to stuff into vest or into the pockets just because they're floppy when they're half full. Uh, so I still kind of prefer a harder water bottle. And I also try to not even wear a vest most of the time because of the heat that builds up. They're still good vests. You can get them fairly cool. And I'll still use them if I'm going out on a 15, 20 mile solo run. But in most races that I do, there's aid stations every 5 or 6 miles. So just having like a single waist belt or carrying a handheld is sufficient in most cases. And I like the water bottles. I like my preferred brand is the Amphipod. I've been using these for years. I like the ergonomic shape where they really fit in your hand really well. Um, I also like them. Uh, at first, I had one of their Amphipod waist packs, which I used for years. You're able to slide in the bottle, and the fact that this is a 20-ounce bottle. They come in 12, 16, or 20-ounce bottles, but you're able to slip it in there, and then it holds it sideways, and it doesn't slosh near as much as having it up and down or a slanted bottle. Uh, Amphipod also sells slanted bottles, but I just prefer the sideways because it distributes the weight better, and it sloshes a little less. And there's just a little bit more storage in these. Like there's a zipper here on the back and on the bottom. Mine's so old it needs to be oiled. I can't even move the zippers right now. They're just they're held with sweat, and I don't even know if they sell that style exactly anymore. I think that's called the Stealth Pack that holds it sideways. I also used for years what they now call, I guess, ergo minimal or something, where it just has a little strap that goes around the top, a little loop, and then it goes around the bottom, and it has one little thing where you're able to hold your bottle, and then holds it to where it takes the weight off. I recently bought a new one. I ended up getting the ergo-lite ultra handheld, which looks like this. Your hand fits in there really nice. Your thumb is in the spot, and it just holds it to where it doesn't even, you don't even really feel it much at all. I don't think I have this pulled on exactly right, but anyway, this is kind of a more upscale bottle. Bottle carrier. I think it sells for $38, which actually is a little bit less than some of the other major competitors on the market that make something similar. For instance, I think if I bought this from the Nathan brand that we sell at the store, it's usually $45 to $50. But this holds quite a lot. They also sell one that's just called the ergo-lite. It's not the ultra, and it's got a small pocket on the side that you can still fit your keys or a couple goos or something like that in. This one is rather large. It's kind of nice in that it's got a key holder, it's got a pocket, an extra pocket inside. I can fit my phone in it and several gels. The only problem is once you load it down and you have 20 ounces of water, it does start to get a little heavier than I really like to carry all the time. But it's nice having the option, at least for shorter time periods. It definitely gives some flexibility, and I can run with just the bottle filled with water, and this mostly empty. Maybe just with my key attached to the little key clip inside, and it works out quite nice. Now, one of the things that I have found really nice about the Amphipod bottle, like I said, I don't really like wearing a vest all the time, but my favorite waist belt is actually the Ultraspire Plexus Plexus 2, I think is what it's called. But it really fits around your waist. It doesn't bounce at all. I like that it's kind of like the getting a flip belt or something like that, but you don't have to pull it up from the ground and pull it up your body, which I sometimes find a little difficult with my arthritic back, wiggling it up the body and getting it up there. So this one I'm able to just attach right here. It still holds the bottle sideways, and I use the Hydrafoam bottle from Amphipod. I just prefer it. Ultraspire actually sells it with their bottle, which is not a bad bottle. It's actually even a little bit softer than the Amphipod, and it slides in real nice, and that's what they really intended to go in there. My only thing I'm not a huge fan of the Ultraspire bottles is the opening at the top is pretty small, so it's hard to get ice cubes in and things. Whereas the Amphipod bottle is very sizable, has a big opening, so it's really easy to put ice and put your drink mixes or whatever you want in, and it closes tight. Now these, I know they say the top shelf dishwasher safe, and they pretty much are. I have found that putting them in the dishwasher, if you hand washed them, they probably last indefinitely. When I put them in the dishwasher, even on the upper thing, they will eventually wear out. But the last batch of them I bought lasted me 5 or 6 years, and I was using them all the time and putting them through the dishwasher. And then they finally started leaking after probably 5 or 6 years. That's fine with me. For the convenience to be able to throw them in the dishwasher, I'm really happy with that. I unscrew them, I put them upside down in the dishwasher on the top rack, and then we usually have a little place that I can also put the top in there too, and I just wash them. They work great until they start leaking, which is usually several years along the way. Anyway, I have really enjoyed the Amphipod bottles. I prefer them even with my Hydro-Pack waist belt. And that's just my thoughts on it. It's just my favorite when it's hot. I still will wear a vest if I need it for a longer time between aid stations, or if I'm out on my own for long periods of time. But I definitely prefer waist belts for the most part, or a handheld, just because the heat is less. And I'm running here in the Texas heat real often in the 90s through the summer, so it's just something I think about. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in any more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and keep moving.